The third strategy is to use alternative work arrangements. Flextime is one option. This is when people work a specific number of hours per week in the office, but they are free to vary when they work. Typically, organizations will require that everyone is in the office between 10 and 2, and then allow individuals to choose what time they come into work, 8, 9, or 10, and what time they leave, 4, 5, or 6. There are many advantages associated with flex time. It can help increase productivity, provide a sense of autonomy, help with work-life balance, all of which can contribute to job satisfaction. Flex time can help reduce tardiness, absenteeism, and even overtime expenses. And it has the added benefit of reducing traffic congestion when many organizations implement the policy. The major drawback with flex time is that it isn't applicable to all jobs. It works well with jobs that don't spend a lot of time interacting with other people. Another major challenge with flex time is the bias for face time. When employees are not physically present, the rest of the organization assumes they are not working. Cognitively, they may be associated with negative qualities simply because they are not at the office at 8 o'clock in the morning when it opens. Job sharing is another alternative work arrangement. It allows 2 or more people to split a traditional 40-hour-a-week job. This technique allows an organization to draw on the talents of more than one person for a given job. From the employee's perspective, it provides more flexibility and can increase motivation and satisfaction when a 40-hour-a-week job is just not practical. The problem with job sharing is that it can be difficult to find 2 people who are interested and willing to job share. Plus, it can be a challenge to train both people how to do the job and then coordinate their efforts so that work isn't duplicated. Like flex time, job sharing has another drawback. People who use it may be associated with negative qualities, simply because they are not physically present all of the time. Telecommuting refers to working remotely, outside the office, at least 2 days a week, usually on a computer that is linked to the main office. This strategy suits 3 categories of jobs: routine information handling tasks, mobile activities, and professional or knowledge-related tasks. Before the COVID pandemic, several large companies like Yahoo eliminated telecommuting opportunities because they believed it undermined corporate culture, that it didn't send the right message. As a result of the COVID pandemic, telecommuting is more popular than ever before. Some people found out that working remotely was more possible than they had thought before. Telecommuting is positively related to performance, job satisfaction, and negatively related to work-family conflict, turnover intentions, and carbon emissions. The disadvantages for employers are that telecommuting has the potential for social loafing, and it can make it more difficult to coordinate teamwork and evaluate performance. The disadvantages for employees are that they may not be noticed for their efforts. They may feel isolated from the rest of their peers and colleagues, and the quality of their relationships with other people tends to suffer.